The terrible story behind the Gucci empire. It all began with one man, Guccio Gucci. This 40-year-old Italian opened his first leather goods boutique in Florence in 1921. He was a craftsman, mastering Italian know-how to perfection. But Guccio was also a very clever man. Faced with the leather embargo in 1940, he had an idea that would make him a success: to use linen and bamboo. It was such a success that his sons began to join the small business, and the beginnings of the empire were set in motion. In the late 30s, Aldo, the eldest of the siblings, opened his first boutique in Rome. Decorated with luxurious red and green striped ribbons, by the end of the war, they had become the emblem of the Dolce Vita. The Gucci brand established itself in the world of luxury, and the two intertwined G's of Guccio Gucci became the brand's DNA. In 1953, Gucci's father and founder died at the age of 71. His sons took over the store and decided to expand internationally. From London to New York, via Paris and Hong Kong, everyone was clamoring for Gucci pieces. Aldo then takes over the company, which soon becomes a capitalist empire. But already, unfortunately, the family was starting to fall apart. One of the brothers, Vasco, who owned part of the company, died. Aldo and another brother, Rodolfo, bought out his shares, but Aldo's sons soon criticized Rodolfo for not working hard enough and only pocketing the money. Two clans emerged, the Aldo clan and the Rodolfo clan. In parallel with the business quarrels, Maurizio Gucci, Rodolfo's son, decides to marry the tempestuous Patrizia Reggiani, renowned for her cheeky personality. It's a decision that doesn't sit well with the Gucci family, who believe Patrizia to be a venal woman interested only in Maurizio's money. Despite opposition from his clan, he married Patrizia in 1972. The couple moved to New York and lived the high life. The Maurizias, as they were nicknamed, were constantly throwing big parties for famous guests, such as Jackie Kennedy. In 1983, one of the brothers, Rodolfo, died. This leads the Gucci family into a rivalry that'll be their undoing. In 1984, Aldo was denounced by his nephews to the authorities for tax evasion, as no less than 7 million euros had disappeared. At the age of 81, he was sentenced to 1 year in prison. He sold his shares and died shortly after his release. Meanwhile, Maurizio moves to Florence and leaves Patrizia in humiliating circumstances. And that's far from the end of it, because what follows is worthy of the worst trashy shows. Maurizio has an affair with one of Patrizia's childhood friends, who was even present at their wedding. The celebrity press was all over the saga of the Gucci family, torn apart at every turn. But on March 27, 1995, everything changed. Maurizio was suddenly murdered in Milan by a hitman, and the police discovered that the person who ordered the murder is none other than his ex-wife, Patrizia. Humiliated by her ex-husband, she simply couldn't bear his remarriage and hired a contract killer, whom she recruited through her psychic. She was arrested at her home on January 31st, 1997, at the age of 49, and made the headlines. Convicted of masterminding her husband's murder, she was sentenced to 29 years in prison. Lady Gucci, as she was known, became the fashion world's Black Widow. After all this, the Gucci empire collapsed and became just another luxury brand. In 2001, the heirs signed an agreement with François Pinault, the French billionaire, for 896 million euros. The Gucci family loses a majority stake in the company, and the reign ends.